Hello dears, here we are come with the insert, update and deleting room database in AndroidX in newer Android Jetpack. So let's start with the room database. Certain introduction is needed for basic learning purpose. So that's why what is particularly room? In newer Android Jetpack version, room is a robust SQL object mapping library. Room is the part of Android Jetpack and room creates the SQL tables for you in simple manner. So basically what is room? Basically the output of the room database will be a part of SQLite database. So in room database in API study java.lang.object in newer version of AndroidX, or you will be migrate your project. You will migrate your project to AndroidX, then AndroidX.room database will be there. So public class, abstract class will be room database. You can extend the object, and room database provides the direct access to underlying database implementation by you should prefer your DAO or DAO class, means data access object class. So let's see why the room is preferable than SQLite. In professional or experienced Android developer are using SQLite database, it's fine, very good and very nice. Reconnect. Room will provide more certain functionality for in the comparison of SQLite database. So if we are using the room, in case of SQLite, there is no compile time verification of raw SQLite queries. But in room, there is SQL validation at compile time. So it's a first and the best benefit of it. In SQLite, need to convert between SQL queries and Java data objects, means plain old Java objects, POJOs. But in room, the maps our database object to Java object without boilerplate any code. So that's why. So, and the last is, as your schema changes, you need to update the affected SQL queries manually previously in SQLite version. So in room database, room resolves all this problem, and the best ever the benefit is room is built to work with the live data and RX Java for the data observation, while these facilities not provided by the SQLite. So basic component of room database and the rest the app between that data access object, means DAO are setted, which will get and set the data to the room database from another, means our database object. So there is we will see the component of room database, entity database object, and DAO data access object, and we have to set certain repository also. So it is very simple and very easy. Just see the video. You will learn all the project on your own. I guarantee it. So these three components or three basic components of room database. First is entity, second is DAO data access object, means DAO in simple manner, many of us said that, and the third one is database. Another fourth thing is database repository also. So these three are basic components. So let's see how we will do it. For learning purpose, we will learn these three entities. Likewise, room database component number 1, it is entity. Mind well that we need certain annotations. Likewise, if we create the entity class, then only we have to annotate, and we have to create or write the annotation like @entity. Then if it is primary key, in our manner class, that if it is integer, then we directly write in the Java class like integer roll number. Then we need to annotate it with @primary key. Another thing, in the simple manner of another columns, we need to specify @column info. It's a basic thing, very easy, you can learn. Just it is the necessary to build any room database Android app. So inside the Android application, we need to create the class, which is, if we want to build it in entity class, then we have to write the annotation likewise @entity and another one. And if we want to build the second component, data access object, It is responsible for defining methods and access of the database in initially SQLite. We use the cursor. We use the cursor. I am also experienced developer, so you can use the SQLite database, and I think that you have also go through this one. Likewise, open the database, close the database, in between that cursor open and cursor close, in between that do while or if else loop. So all other things are responsible by the DAO, data access object. No need to define all those stuff, so it will become certain easier way. Then in the third one is the room database. Third component is database. If you want to build the database, then we just need to extend room database. Include the list of entities associated with the database within the annotation. Contain the abstract method that 0 arguments or return the class that is annotated with @DAO. So it is very simple. So just these are the brief. If you want to start, then this is the you can say that it's an environment to provide the what is actually room database, and you can code easily if you can learn certain part of theory. So we will directly move to the practical. Let's start. So let's start to the room database implementation in Android app. So to implement any room database in your Android app, then we need to create database, insert certain values, then retrieve the values, update and delete. All the operation we will learn in this session and next forwarded session also. So please subscribe my channel, and you can learn all those things in future and onwards. So first, step 1. If you want to build room database, then you need in your project build.gradle with these two things: implementation android.arc.persistence.room.runtime : 2.2.1 version. Previously it was 1.1.0. currently it is 2.2.1. in the day after or in the time goes, it will maybe updated. So you can update as per the study of developer site. And annotation processor android.arc.persistence.room.compiler : 2.2.1. Most probably both are the similar version. So let's start with Android project. Go to your Android Studio. It's our basic environment. File, then new project. It's I always prefer anyone can do this one, because all the stuff we will do from the sketch version. So file, new project, empty activity, click on next, give the name of that. Likewise, if you want to give the room db demo, then click room db demo, click on finish. All the stuff is here with the binding position. So over here you can find the Gradle is module level app. So build.gradle file. Make sure that your internet connection is on. Always it is preferable. So inside these dependencies, and here press and enter, make some room for room. So by the way of pressing enter, you can directly write these two lines. One is implement room.runtime.2.2.1 and compiler, and make sure that your internet connection is on. Sync now. After the syncing, file will be finished, because these needed file will be from www internet from to our project. So all the files are ready. Syncing process is finished. Then we can write the annotation in our Android project. So by the step number 1 is finished. Then move to this one. Is the basically if you want to create the database, it's a simple 5-step process. So don't hesitate, it's a very easy and simple. This is step 1. I didn't think this can be a step 1 because it's just 2 lines. So step 1, to add dependency. Step 2, it's in the theoretical part, entity, we can learn that entity is a basic component number 1 of room database, but these entities very easy and very simple. we are going to create the basic example of student demo. They have the particular 4 field: roll number, name, and contact number, and gender. Then we will do the certain operation, create, insert, update, delete, whatever the operations with this database. So let's start and forward to step number 2. So right click over here, new, then Java class, give the name of class, it's a class, and press OK. Find well that first thing, if you have to make this one entity, then just simple AndroidX.room entity. Now this my class is become entity for room database. So just I write public integer roll number, then public string student name, public contact number, and public string gender. These 4 things means these are my 4 columns. So just we have to make certain annotation over here. So it is very simple thing, no need to try anything more for that. You can right click over here, then it's a shift alter insert is the shortcut for that, alter insert for, or right click over here, then generate the constructor, select all 4 items and click OK. This constructor is ready. But mind well that this is the entity class, so we need to define these things because it is primary key. So it's a primary key annotation over here. Then another is column info. Already we have studied in our theoretical part, because it's a necessary, so that's why we have cover all those things. So basically you can write whatever the column name is, student underscore name. So write another column info, name, contact number. There is no any semicolon or is equal because it is an annotation, so that's why column info and name equals to. So basically any person that can define that which one is the primary key and which are, so total there are 4 columns. One is primary key and another 3 are student underscore name, contact number, and gender. Total other 3 are basic column with the string attributes, and this one is the primary key with roll number. So step 2 is finished very easily. Within the 1 minute you can do it. I sure you can do it. It's a step 2. And in step 3 we are going to define one DAO, data access object, in general manner. Many of us said that DAO. So make sure that DAO is interface. So mind well that you have to study the core Java component. I always prefer the core Java because the core Java is necessary for that. So if you want to learn, then preferably study core Java, what is basically interface. So we are directly going to use over here what is interface. Right click on it and it's a Java class. But mind well that if you are aware with this Android Studio environment, you can create interface over here. Yes, then you can name it student DAO, data access object, whatever the name you want to give. It's a very easy thing. Click on OK. For that, always I say that if you are learn room database, then make sure that your annotation is proper. So this one is the DAO, so that's why we need DAO. If you want to make any component in room database, it's a total depend upon annotation. So previously we have annotation given to student class, it's an entity, and this one student DAO annotation @DAO. Simple, you can learn. If I want to make it certain thing, Likewise, if you are aware with previously SQLite version, then you can define that. It is very easy thing. Why it is long? Then you have to study certain SQLite version also. So it's a return type where we are providing the writable access of database. So then it's a update task. Just we have to write two things and delete. Then also you can write student. It's a very easy thing. I don't think it's a much more complex. And just we have to write insert. And well, that capital it. So it's a case sensitive. Oh, it's a update case sensitive. And this one's the last. It's a delete. Capital D, because it is Android Studio, much more than Eclipse. So basically work with Android Studio. Our step is ready. Basically student DAO is ready. It's a DAO, very simple. If you are doing one thing, then insert task is maybe much more than whatever the other entities. It's a very simple DAO, data access object. So just in the manner of saying, it's the step 1, step 2 and step 3. Very easy thing, all three stuff. So let's start with the another one and go to the file or step 4. Step 4 is we are going to create database. Just we need to extend room database, nothing more. It's a very easy thing. You can do it on your own also. So let's start. We create the class, right click on it, new Java class, student database, and we'll create the class. Then click over here. When we extends room database, AndroidX.room, then they say that whatever they saying, just we made this one is the abstract. All the errors are no more. Just we define one more thing is we have to define over here that the public abstract student DAO equals to new student DAO, and it's a make for the object one. Then over here the first thing is annotation. If it is a database, then we have to annotation, give the annotation with the database. Inside the database, make sure that it's just keep watching over here entity. Then entities, our entity is student, so we define student dot class. They say that define the version, okay, comma, then our version equals to 1. It's normally it's finished, but also we do not have any currently certain export schema, so export schema false. So it's a very easy thing. I don't think it's a single line code. It's a step number 4. It's a single line code. If you want to make annotation, it's not step. So very easy thing, you can learn very easily. And the last step is we have to create the repository. Likewise, if you want to make certain name of database, then we can create over here whatever the values. So by default our table name will be likewise student. So student DB will be exported whatever the name we want to give. It's a last step, I think, for to create database. It's a very easy thing. Right click on it, go to the Java class and student repository. Then click on OK, and over here there is no annotation currently we have to give because only 3 components are in room database. So private string, then I want to access DB name. So my DB name will be STUDENT student DB. Very easy name. Then I always prefer context to take over here. If you want to alter insert, you can right click also it, but I know that shortcut key, just I want context, then click on OK. After the context building, that I want to access student database, that exactly we want to give, that make one variable, private variable with our student database, this one, and press S, then student database. Just we need to initialize student bit database equals to room dot database builder, then context, give the context over here, then database name, whatever the database name you want to give, and whatever the class. Currently our database class is student database dot class, and the last one is the table name. The student DB also you can give student DB. If you want to keep it likewise DB name, and it's a DB name, it will automatically make student DB and semicolon. Very nice and very easy thing. It's a, if you want to create student repository, it's a single line code. Mind well that it's a room database, room dot database builder, want the context, the second argument is your database class, and the third argument is DB name. It's a student DB, basically student DB name, and the last one is dot build. So more towards our database, all the code to create database, simply create database is ready. So just we need to call this one inside the main activity. If you want to create the main activity, if you want to create and make the toast over here that your database is ready, then you can define toast dot make text context. Just it is just simple for you only. Database created toast dot length long. It is just to satisfy that the particular class is called. And so no more, we will learn more towards the by the inserting the values, and we will see it later on. It is just simple for the our reference, that our for our mindset, that if we see that toast is ready, database is created, and then we can enjoy our code. So inside the main activity, just create student repository. Student repository equals to new control space, then get application context, semicolon it. Our code is ready, database is created when we run this app. So basically nothing in this database, more towards when you see the database likewise in another Access or SQLite or MySQL, then MySQL, you can see that database visually, but currently you cannot see any database visually. Let's press Shift F10 and the project will be run in emulator. So up to now, when our project will be run in database, oh, there is will fail. It's okay, don't worry, we will learn all those things. Whatever the problem will be, student Java access Gradle will be finished, and student over here in line number 6 there is an error. Let's see what is the error inside the student database.java file. So line number 6 say that doesn't value must be class literal in student.class. Over here there is an student.class entity is equals to, yes, I know that. Same kinds of error you can also feel that it's a semicolon. Okay, it's a curly bracket. Oh, fine, well, yeah, I solved the error, don't worry, because certain experience you can also do this one. So because all are in the same way or on the same path, just I am little bit earlier than you also correct this one error. It's a very easy thing. Sure that let's see, Gradle is building and running, and Gradle building is finished. Gradle invocation finished. Then installation is in progress and our app is ready. Database is created. The task is ready. So database is created successfully is the only step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a 5-step process when you can create the database successfully. So very easy. Database is created. So I think you are fine with this one. You can practice this one. It's a step 1 to step 5. First 5 databases are just for the practice. I always say that to my students. So moving toward another one. Likewise, if you want to insert the database, if you want to insert the data inside the room database, then what we have to do? I cover these all things because I know that without inserting certain database, we cannot export our database from our emulator. I practice many more times, so you don't be much more complex or hesitate yourself. Just mind well and mind cool that after the building up to step number 5, your code is ready. Nothing is I think that it is a false way. It's a properly correct way. Database is always created, but if you insert the database, insert the values, and then you can export the database from the emulator. So moving towards insert the database or insert the data inside the room database in this same video. So let's start. If you are aware with the async task. Async task is the task which will work in background thread. So we need to create async task in over here. So inside the room, if you want to insert the room database, first we are creating these class, then we are moving towards another one. So very easy thing. Let's learn what is student database dot student DAO. It's a simple line we need to write over here. It's only one thing. Then insert task. We define insert task. Let's see and do the coding over here. Insert. It's a step number 6 inside the repository class. Then just insert task starts. I always prefer this way. And insert task ends. Then in between that, just define likewise public void insert task and student. Public void insert task, then student curly bracket start, curly bracket over. So our method will be ready over here. Just we need to define async task. You can directly define async task likewise this way. Make sure that watch carefully. So void comma void comma void, and over here just press this one, curly bracket and dot execute and semicolon, and go to these cursor. Yes, in between that, between two curly bracket, make some enter over here. And just I know that what is the basic problem. It's a background activity. So control press and in background, doing background, and the particular code is ready. So no need to do much more things over here. Then just write student, and student is here. So basically it's a very easy thing. You can write student database dot student DAO insert task and student. Code is ready to insert certain values. It's a async task, it's a background activity. Only one thing. Likewise, if we create the method for that inside previously in SQLite version, just the type of that. But watch carefully. You can forward or rewind the video if you want to see it how this code is built for now. So it's a very easy thing. And after building these one, we are going to create another activity. It's an insert activity. First in the, because for some beginners are watching this video, then just we define these for edit text and one button. After the pressing this button, it will insert the values inside the room database. Inside the main activity, we just place one insert button. So let's start and do the coding. Right click over here, press new, and this one activity. You can create empty activity also, whatever the activity you want to make. And let's start with the empty activity, the insert activity. It's an insert activity, and click on finish. Then insert activity is ready. The activity underscore insert. You can check the layout also, activity underscore insert. Basically rendering insert activity, then nothing in constraint layout. So let's build the constraint layout. It's a linear layout. I prefer that currently because all know that it's a match parent. Height will be rep content, and orientation, it's necessary thing, orientation will be vertical always because I want certain buttons. And one thing is, in the constraint layout, left to left of parent and top to top of parent. It's a basic thing. Bottom to bottom of parent, bottom to bottom of parent, and right to right of parent. So because it's a basic center justify parent. If you want to set certain padding, then you can give the padding 15 dp, height, width, all the things are ready in the orientation. So up to now we do not do anything, just we are pressing one edit text. Edit text width will be, I think some match parent, it's okay, and height will be rep content. So edit text, so I give the ID for that, and that plus ID edt. Always prefer the same, some certain number, roll number. Then you can give the hint over there, because if someone is typing to roll number, then they provide the hint. It's a text size I want to give. Text size will be 20 SP scale point. Then it's a text color I also want to give. Text color primary dark, so it's a dark as per my theme. I make it certain purple, that one. And if you want to type only number, then you can press input type also, that it's a number. It's a number, only the numpad will be open, so that's why it's a fine. So Control C, then Control V, copy paste is the best thing. Roll number, then student name. This one will be the text, so that's why text. It's a name, so basically you can type the student name over here. So you can also write student full name, text size, and all this stuff are ready. Then you can type the another thing. Let's copy paste the for the another one, roll number, name, and this one is the for contact number. In the contact number, now also it's a number, so that's why. And the last one is copy this one, input type it is equal to text, so that's why edt, and gender, it's a gender, and it's a tasks. So I think it is up to now it is most probably it is ready. Roll number, then name, contact number. Just one thing is remaining, is this button. Yes. To submit button, I want submit button over here. Width will be match parent and height will be wrap content. Then give the ID for that. I will give the ID @btn_submit. Then text will be submit and the text size will be as per that 20 sp and text color. I know that text color is ready for the FFF. Then because it's a white, and I also want certain margin from 20 dp margin and padding also 15 dp. So basically all the stuffs are ready. You can press Alt Control L in Windows system, so it will do your code and currently rendering is there. So our things are ready. So basically I think that submit is on the top. I think it's outside the linear layout. Let's check. Yes, where is button? Oh, over here. So copy this button, Control X. Roll number, I think I have replaced the roll number. Something's whatever the hamper. I think I will do it. So edit roll number, Control X, roll number, name, Control V. And let's see, roll number, name, contact number and gender. If you want to increase certain margin, so I want to increase to 20 dp, so it will be fine to me. So 20 dp margin, and all the stuffs are ready over here. So let's check with this one, and I want certain button background. Yes, primary dark, then it will be fine for me. Yes, very nice. So normally I do all those stuff in text mode, not in graphical mode, because I have grip from the last many years to develop this user interface from text. You can do it whatever as per your desire. So our insert screen is ready to insert the data. Just move toward the insert activity, close this one, student database, BAO, and student class. We need one main activity. Let's see, but inside the insert activity, let's see, let's take edit text, edt underscore roll number, comma edt underscore student name, edt underscore contact number, comma edt underscore gender. Then we need one button, btn underscore submit, and another string, likewise s, then roll number, s, student name, and s, then contact number, and s, then gender, semicolon. Control space. Then over here you can make the edit text, all the edit text, all the stuffs are ready. Copy this one, then paste it, likewise equals to edit text, then find view by id r.id dot edt underscore roll number, semicolon. So our code is ready. Just copy it, and the best thing for the developer is similar code you can copy paste it. Just change, mind well that you need to change student name or student name, contact number, and this one is the gender. So first I change this one inside the insert screen. It's not student gender, and I want to make it edt gender only. So change one, edt gender, then over here edt gender, then find view by id for the button. btn submit semicolon. So our things are ready. Just we need to do certain coding over here. Button submit dot set on click listener. New space and control space. I always prefer this one. New space and control space. The code is ready. And over here, just if I want to write the code, if edt roll number dot get text dot toString dot is empty, then I write the code that please friend make something, or please write certain thing. Then it is same for the edt name. Then over here to pipe sign, then edt for the contact number, then pipe sign contact number and gender, control V, curly bracket start, curly bracket over. If certain things are in this one, then under control N. If there is empty certain things, then we cannot submit, so that's why we just write the code toss.mactext get application context, please fill certain things. So please fill detail, and toss.length long dot show. Mind well that many of the friends miss that these dots, so then they see that why these things not happen with me. So all the little stuff we have to mind in query. So first start with the roll number. As roll number equals to edt roll number dot get text dot toString dot, I always prefer dream. Mind well that it is a very important thing. Student name equals to edt student name dot get text toString dot string semicolon. Then it's the same for the contact number. edt contact number dot get text toString dot string. Then the last one is the gender one. edt gender dot get text dot toString dot string semicolon. Then just we need to define one thing over here is we have to define student repository. You can specify outside it also. Student repository equals to new control space, then get application context semicolon it. Then student equals to new student. It's a constructor, basic constructor. It's a, I know that it's integer. If you want to find that, you know the core Java how to convert this one. It's automatically type conversion. This one is the typecasting integer dot parseInt. It's a wrapper class, so parseInt and then give the as roll number. Then student name, then contact number, then the last one is gender. Very easy thing. I don't know, it's a very easy thing. If you are confusing your mind with this one, then it's a go to and refer the wrapper class. If you are expertise, then you know that what is wrapper class, how to convert string to integer. And the last one is just we need to define student repository, then dot insert task. Already we have made that, so give the just one line. This is the just one line code we give to the our object with student repository, then it will go over there. So over here insert task, this is readily defined. So mind well that we have already defined the student task in async task video. It's a basic prefer thing. Create repository class, and this one is this one. And we do not write on post execute because it's not necessary, but if we write the post execute in over here, then it will be fine for us. So on post execute, just we write the code toast only, toast.make text, then context, then you can write that it's a student dot name. I want to just simply press the store is inserted. So toast dot length long and press show, just to confirm that our data is ready and inserted in this one. Just we write this one because of student repository. So just we comment that database created code, and this is the fine on post execute. So if we press the button, then directly get the values from edit text. You can modify it to another one, but currently it is edit text for beginner, and just write make the one student class in save the student repository dot insert task. Just we need to define one thing, one and only thing is we need to jump to from main activity to insert activity. Text is insert data. So code is our ready. Most of the part is background primary dark, text color. I know that it is very necessary for me. So text size 20 sp, because I prefer that. If your code is very good, and the result will be also very good. So give the button id at that plus id btn, then you can say that btn underscore insert. Let's say insert data. You can also define insert data. You can also do this stuff in linear layout also, likewise this one, because if in day after we need certain also more things, it will be wrap content, then these will be likewise these four things. Control X, then just paste it in Control V, give the orientation vertical. Currently it is not, there are more than one button, but after the things, after this completion of this video, we are going to much more. All just give the id for that, Android id and the plus id ll underscore whatever you want to give buttons. Then our code is ready. Insert button over here, then move towards ads. Just we define right to right of parent, and then vertical, then gravity. It will be center horizontal. So it's a center horizontal. It's a main activity.java. So over here we have defined btn insert, and copy this code and go to the main activity. Then just write button and Control V, Control paste it. No need for more that. Just define find view by id button find find view by id r.id dot btn insert. Press semicolon it. I think you need all those. Set on a click list, new space and control space. Just we need to start one thing, intent equals to new intent. This main activity dot, it's a source, main activity dot this comma target means insert activity dot class. Very easy thing. Then just type start activity I. So our code is ready. Just we have do one and only thing. Go do this insert activity.java from this button, and inside the insert activity we have done all those stuff. So I think it is ready. If we press the button submit and go to this repository, then it will insert the data. from insert task one, which one is the async task. If you are at certain beginner level, you can press the toast over here also. So as per your desire, because if there is no data will be added, then you might be confused in yourself. So just toast of all those things, roll number and name and contact number and gender. If you want to be confident, if you want to debug certain at level in your mind, then you can press or you can type toast over here also. So let's start, because up to now our code is almost ready. So shift F10, Gradle will be builded, then our code will be ready over here. So it is very nice example. We currently up to now we have do the coding and all 4 values will be in database. So in room database, yes, press insert activity, it will redirect to insert activity. It's a room demo, insert activity. See, these input type equals to number. Over here just we write one line that input type equals to number. Many of beginner level see that input type equals to number, it will affect like this, number is only printed. Then you can give the name Sundar Sarma, then contact number, it's also 056325123, and gender, currently I write the male. Afterwards we will do it by another one. If we see the toast Sundar Sarma is inserted, then properly working. Sundar Sarma is inserted, toast is here. You can make certain another thing also. If you want to make all the data are, if after inserted the values, then all the stuffs will be empty, then adt roll number dot set text double quote, then adt student name dot set text double quote, then adt contact number dot set text double quote, and adt gender dot set text then double quote. So it will be empty also. So fine, shift F10, just run the code will be run, then all the stuffs will be binded newer version. Set text dot double quote, it is very useful when you are inserting certain data. So many times we have to press backspace, it's a overcome from this one. Go to the roll number 2, then over here we can type that name Rosie Menon, then contact number 057624018, then it's a female, so she is female, so press submit button, then Rosie Menon is inserted and our data is ready for the another one. So it is very basic thing. You can insert all those stuff over here. So if the particular data is inserted and if we see this in visually, then we can fill the data. So up to now this is ready. So step number 7 is ready. If you want to towards the more specific with component or user interface, then you can define the gender also, likewise in radio button. It is very easy thing. Let's start and delete the certain thing, because many of you are beginner at beginner level, then just we remove over here, it will become text view, the gender, and over here I define radio group with width of rep content, width of match parent height will be rep content. Then inside the radio group just type that orientation will be vertical and ID will be RGRUP underscore gender. It's a radio group. Then I press two radio buttons, one radio button with the width of wrap content, height of wrap content, and text will be male. Then ID, give the proper ID, likewise R radio button, then RBTN underscore male. And if I want to make it first time it's true, it will be checked. So copy this one, copy paste. It's the best thing for the developer. So basically it is female. Then there is false, or you can remove also. So we take two radio buttons because we need certain practice with the radio button and all those things. So this one is the gender. Very nicely we have taken all those things. So RBTN male and RBTN female. So just remove the edit text of gender, EDT gender, just I semicolon it and do it with radio button, then female. Copy these two things over here. No need for edit text for the gender. We are going to take with radio button. Give the find view by ID for that radio button, because I think it's a proper way. Find view by ID r dot id dot RBTN male. Press semicolon, then copy it and Control V and female. And just we write that there is no need for this code if it is empty, because we have currently one value is checked. By default we want to make it male, so if certain one is not doing any checking, then no empty value in another one. But also we are going to write certain code over here also. So over there just write that if RBTN male dot is checked, then what, and then else if you can check also else, but I want to more prefer for that. This one is as gender value will be male and as gender value will be female if certain checking with this one. So very only 4 lines of code. So it's a very good thing or very good impression for the programming side if we set all the proper data. So in user interface, so roll number, student name, contact number, and this 2 radio button. If you are taking radio button in radio group, then and then it will checked and unchecked if another one is selected. So let's see, and go over here, then click on insert data, roll number 3, and give the value Jolly Bin, contact number 0 43 23 10 10 10 10 10 10. Then I want to change the check value, see this one, and it is female. Then click on submit, Jolly Bean is inserted. So our code is ready and data is inserted in database. So it is very good thing, but when we insert in the emulator, if you want to see, there are 2 options. One option is you can fetch the data, you can retrieve the data in list view or in card view. But if you want to see in emulator, then there is a way for that. If you want to see in emulator, and this is the perfect way, let's see what is the way. Like you want to export this one, then go to your project, and while the emulator on the right side, this device file explorer is here. If you click on it, just increase the width. Then inside the emulator, make sure that your package name com.si.roomdbdemo. Make sure that you know the package name. Then inside the data, another folder is data name. With this you find your package. So com.si.roomdemo is here. Over here, then click on here. Then the database is folder over here. So then this one is the student demo, and you have to right click on it and on the folder, and you can specify to your drive. Likewise, I want to make it on the G drive. Then click on OK. The project device file successfully downloaded 3 files in and 1 directory for total size of certain size and certain bytes. And click to this one. Then go to the G drive. Yes, student DB is here. So let's see our 3 values in that or not. So with all the attributes. So if you want to check whatever the values, then mind well that you need sqlite browser. sqlite browser or sqlite browser.org. You can download these from your website and you can install this one. After the installation finished, the project will be ready. Likewise, this one SQLite data browser. Click and open the SQLite browser to view your database, and from open database, click on over here. You can click on G drive. There is nothing is shown, but you can press ***. Then student DB is here. Student DB, click on open. Then these are metadata and room master table and student. Click on over here, browse the data. Yes, nicely. 1, 2 and 3 roll numbers from the Sharma, Rosimana and Jalbin. So all the stuff with the male and female. All the data are saved in room database. So very nice example how to create room database in very easily. You can do it on your own. Then these one, all the stuff for the room database, how you can make the room database, how you can insert inside the room database, all the stuffs are ready. So stay tuned for view the data from the database, search the data from database, update, delete from the room database. So for this video session, insert, update, delete in room database in AndroidX, Android Jetpack version. Currently insert the database and create the database is 2 tasks are finished. So subscribe this channel, like it, share with your friends, because after you need to upgrade from SQLite to room database. Thank you very much.